obviously.
The pausing thing? Like, accidental pause?
Yeah, you know how, like, you typically put the option on, like, hold only?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. There's plenty of times where that's not a problem, so I think it's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be okay.
And if it doesn't, hey, it's, you know, it's a Parsec thing. We're doing this for fun, guys.
He gets the 3-beat! JJJ's going to grand finals!
Carball with the 9-month resubscription. Thanks very much, Carball. Always nice to see you. Heavy whiff punish to start this out. Oh, interesting. He doesn't go for the, what is the traditional combo. He ends up going for the attack grab instead.
We're still kind of playing a spacing game, but Killick's trying to take the initiative and just kind of close the gap and get in there, but kind of getting hit in the process, so we'll see if this keeps up.
3B into cleaning time is something that I'm willing to bet was not supposed to be the case. I can't tell, though.
Yeah. Unless he's going for like 200 IQ play or something, but
yeah, something like that.
See it, but here comes the Oki game, where Killick is not too bad at, but
nice duck, but nothing in there.
Perhaps one good defensive read from either player. Oh, there's a level 3 GI that could be it, but no. Killick decides to guard the post-GI situation against that Astaroth break attack.
Makes sense, right? Because there's not really much that Astaroth is going to do in that situation. Exactly. Effectively just make you guess on a grab, which you can do whether you got post-GI'd or not. Oh boy, here we go. And the guaranteed thing would probably be something like 6-6B, which isn't going to kill him anyway.
Yep. So a good way for Hibachi to hedge his bets. Not just throw away the round.
Yeah, that BB kind of killing it. Man, Triforcer is getting a lot of like good crouches and everything, but he's not actually capitalizing on them, so there are reads that are kind of at a loss. It's making me think that he's kind of doing it just for the sake of doing it. Gonna have to, like, pack on a bit more aggression.
Alright. Advantage on hit lows. Ooh, we're going right into the soul attack, so he's gonna have damage over time, but that doesn't matter because it's just putting on the damage, and just like that, most of Astaroth's health is gone. LeanXTriforcer is going to do that soul charge, just get a bit of breathing room. Tough hill to climb, but his damage output is so high in like bursts of time, where it's like you can't count him out quite yet, and already
just on those like two random hits. All right, it didn't end up working out because of the situation. It was a lot of weird situations. Getting the 2-6A being an air hit, getting some sort of like weird long-range kind of hits that were airborne with 6-6KK. I can't entirely tell if that was intentional from Hibachi to specifically try to make it weird to the point where you know, all the soul charge stuff from Astaroth wasn't going to work, but that it ended up being that case nonetheless. Ends up going for cleaning time as opposed to A+B. It's very interesting to me. Ooh, nice smack out of the air. Astaroth probably not going to have a hard time hitting somebody airborne that way. No punish on the ball, but either.
He managed to slow down Hibachi quite a bit. Hibachi was going pretty aggressive at the beginning, at least in game 1. Seemingly to just kind of like close the gap and just try to like take away Astaroth's like zoning game. Now he's kind of going back to the aggression, so I kind of like the flexibility.
Oh no, that's it. It all depends on who's getting the initiative, right? It seems like, you know, it's got to be a point of who is going to be able to play their game more often and quicker.
Well, if in this situation, like, I'd be terrified of Astaroth's ability to play the game.
Oh, and that's a ring out.
Oh, look at that.
That's on Hibachi. I mean, come on, you can't go over there. You can't just let that kind of thing slide. I think it was relatively obvious that, of course, he's going to be going for it. Astaroth with fantastic reverse ring out kind of situations with 6K, 6B, all kinds of stuff.
And not to mention a pretty good counter hit game, so pushing on your block disadvantage was ill-advised by the ring's edge like that against Astaroth.
Man, this is, the first match I think was definitely wholeheartedly Hibachi. This is about as back and forth as it can possibly be. I feel like, I feel like Triforcer should definitely spend some meter. Astaroth a fantastic battery for meter, so even if this one doesn't end up panning out all that well, yeah, so it didn't end up panning out all that well, he's probably gonna have 2 bars by the end of this round.
And I did appreciate Hibachi's kind of using his life lead to effectively just smother LeanXTriforcer so that his soul charge becomes quite ineffective at the the later parts of that last round.
Important to know he got grabbed out of 6K. That probably irritates Triforcer. I know it would me.
Yeah, unfortunately, not 100% tech crouch, but
Not getting ducked that time. Goes for a crouch grab. Interesting choice. Okay.
okay. I like the soul charge here.
I think Astaroth should soul charge back as soon as possible. See, this is the thing, is that I think 2 bars for Astaroth is much more important than it is for Killick. Ooh, terrible whiff.
Oh, man,
You gotta
yeah.
get in there and spend some soul charge there, pal. I mean, yeah, it's a really low-life situation for Astaroth, but frankly speaking, he is... Oh! Okay.
Perhaps he's might be looking for a CE or
Oh,
a
it goes
just,
all the way back. I mean, you've only got so much time now.
There
Okay.
you go. That's what he's looking for.
A pseudo punish. Obviously, he could have still ducked, but he wasn't going to be able to move out of the way due to the blocked 3BB, I think it is.
And
But
one
he's
more
still
C, you
not
can do
ahead. Don't forget, Hibachi does have the ability to heal himself by going into Evil Killick mode and immediately canceling it, too. Is that
Yeah,
it?
but-
It
Oh.
is. Very close, but, you know, Triforcer, again, he's got plenty of time, as I always say on these streams, and it definitely, the difference between the first game and the second game was drastic. So, there's still a lot of time for him to try and figure out exactly what he wants to do in terms of figuring out Hibachi's rhythm.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's getting 1 or 2 good reads. If he turns that into 3, if he starts getting this kind of stuff with pretty regularity, it's going to be bad news for Hibachi.
And I believe that right now, Astaroth has one of the most terrifying soul charges in the game.
Yeah,
So we
I agree.
haven't seen quite the terror yet, but, you know, I'm waiting for it to happen. I'm waiting for, like, the fear of that soul charge to...
Yeah, effectively, I think we have seen it in the sense of Hibachi just runs away and doesn't want to deal with it whatsoever. Goes for a BB into a grab setup, so he could have potentially gotten a crouch grab instead. Hibachi ends up sealing the first round of the third game. It's a very cautious stance from everybody. Signia, thank you for the follow.
Oh!
Man, he's getting a lot of work out of that string. Oh
Yeah.
boy. Ooh, okay.
I like it. Taking advantage of the quick whiffing frames.
Yeah, I appreciate, like, that move is legit. Like, even in an offline scenario, I think that, that jumping grab, that jumping crouch grab... Oh, wow, you allowed Astaroth to do B? That wasn't a very good idea, Hibachi. That was, like, the one way he could have just won outright. Come on, what are you doing?
I've seen this Astaroth reversal edge B a million times, and it still gets me. It's like,
I mean-
it's so funny.
Now, I'm not saying I'm a master at reversal edge. I'm not saying that at all. Please believe me. But, I'd be willing to take a gigantic Astaroth K reversal edge much more than getting hit by the B. Astaroth reversal edge, very scary. Difficult to pull off, because it's very slow. Oh boy. Okay, here we go.
Oh, is this crouch time?
Yo!
Okay, doesn't quite have the angle for the
Samurai
resplat,
in the
but still
house.
significant damage nonetheless. But this is a evil Killick with the potential for big damage himself, but was just a poke away. So LeanXTriforcer had no problems closing that one out.
Has 2 bars at this point, but Astaroth, again, he already is close to getting another one. You know, I'm just kind of noticing, Triforcer doesn't really grab all that much. So the fact... Oh, no. Oh, that could have been so much bigger. I don't think he expected it to whiff, or maybe he was, like, confused about the inconsistency of it. All right, gets up. I don't know if he wants to spend a bar here. Oh, very scary again. Nice duck, but doesn't get anything out of it again. Triforcer has to pick up some of this trash that's coming out. He's making reads, but he's not actually getting anything out of it. This has been, like, the tail of the tape so far of the whole set.
Yeah, I'll, like, not seeing much grabs, which can be, you know, kind of a strategic decision. But I'll also like to see a little bit more, like, tech crouch and stuff. Like, there's the bull rush, I was gonna say.
I'm surprised that 3B didn't work. Oh, nice tech trap. Definitely want to spend meter as Astaroth now. Okay, here we go. Oh, try to catch the RI. A bit of a heavy read there.
Thought this pretty even, but
This is going to be
Hibachi
tough.
got the Oki.
Wow, clean in time.
Out of nowhere.
Oh my god. So that's the third one for Hibachi. Big time spaghetti. It's not like people were flubbing, but a lot of weird situations at the end of that round. The one thing I wanted to mention was that RI, although it would have been a hype for him to catch the soul charge activation at that point, specifically because it's Killick and because his health degrades over time while he's in soul charge, I would say as Astaroth, don't worry about that. Just do your, your chip damage, assuming that you're wrong, or get a gigantic amount of damage, because you're Astaroth, if you're right, during the soul charge. Nice pick out of the air. But I would say don't worry about trying to RI it, because he's going to lose life either way. Alright, don't let him get metered. Don't get wrung out. He gets the whiff again, but he doesn't get anything out of it.
Ooh.
Oh, decides to go for the RI, and he beats the RE with the, There's not many Astaroth players that go for that. That's pretty cool.
The unbreakable armor, defensive option piercing throw. Yeah, you're right, because it's so slow, but in that situation...
It's so slow, and his regular grab is already safe anyway, so it just doesn't come up all that often. That's a read and a half. Bulba. Killick with 1.2 tons of meter. But with a red guard gauge. Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
Triforcer might be leaning a little bit too much on the reverse ring out kind of stuff. He gets it every once in a while, but then I feel like he puts himself in a position to try and do it again. Meanwhile, all Hibachi is trying to do is just, you know, pressure him, just in general, and do it safely.
Yeah, Hibachi just seems like really comfortable getting into LeanXTriforcer's face, rushing it down with LeanXTriforcer seemingly like struggling to keep him away or to deal with these Fax cloaks that are coming in the close range. But this guard break is gonna be a lot of damage. It's exactly what LeanXTriforcer needs, and he has Oki, so it's just another mix-up that's picked up. Good step from LeanXTriforcer. There's gonna be a lot of pressure on Hibachi. I don't think there's any way for him to come back from this. That is a perfect, well-deserved from LeanXTriforcer staying in this game.
Interesting that Hibachi never tried to go for any sort of RI kind of stuff. You tend to see that kind of stuff all the time. Ooh, Triforcer going for a minus 14 punish on a minus 12 move. He may not be 100% sure about Killick frames. 6K not going to work there. 4A is basically the only thing that Astaroth has for that situation, where he decide to punish outside of a grab attempt. Oh man. Triforcer getting smothered yet again. He's got the bar. Wonder if he wants to try and use it. In fact, I would say totally...
So that would be a good time to use the full charge because
for sure.
That is an advantage on hit low. So, that's a good way to just kind of like deny him trying to take advantage of his plus frames.
Yeah, it frankly blew my mind that he decided not to use it there. I feel like that's definitely the option anytime. Okay, so bar for bar. We're going to see if Hibachi's going to try and heal him. So, he went for the fireball! Oh, he's not out, right? That doesn't ring out like it used to.
Not out, but I would be super scared of Hibachi. And we're going to go for plus frames one more time. What's the mix-up cleaning time?
Into plus frames, into safe, into safe. And the thing of it was, Triforcer had another bar on top of that. So it's like, what do you do there? Jeez Louise.
Like, well, if I could ride out this storm, am I going to ride out the next storm? Like...
Signia asking, isn't Hibachi like #1 on Xbox? I believe that is the case. From what I've heard from people who know Hibachi, this guy plays more online than I do, which is quite a feat in and of itself. Ooh, nice walk back into that 4-4A. Yeah, armor grab not gonna work so much on a rapidly hitting move like that. Nice. I love that move just to get in, you know what I mean? Because it whips and recovers so quickly that you can basically just use it as a way to traverse the distance.
Yeah, it's a really like unique kind of like approach tool, right?
Yeah.
Like, you kind of don't want to touch your opponent. You just kind of.
And if you do, then it's an unbreakable grab. So hey.
Yeah.
The frames on it are kind of crazy good too. Kind of trading heavy blows right now, just trading guard damage. I would imagine Astaroth wins in that regard. Yeah, charges it up so he can effectively get away. Oh, that's going to be a reverse wall combo. Oh, no, it's not. I think Astaroth should
that's the unexpected splat or...
yeah.
Either way, life advantage still, and he's got a good ring position on Hibachi right now, so... very scary situation that LeanXTriforcer was able to put Hibachi in, so good way to close it out from there.
Something that a lot of Astaroth players have been talking about is the nerf to the command grabs, which, even if it's universal, it affects Astaroth the heaviest, right? With the fact that you went from +8 to +6, and there's increased amount of range after the grab breaking, but obviously, neither of those things really matter when the opponent's up against the wall. Okay. Gonna force Hibachi to spend some bar here. Oh, interesting! I feel like you want to spend the second bar, too. Ooh, he was dead if he got hit by that.
All I can do is this. This is a Killick soul charge. But...
Dude, that guard damage. Alright, so he ends up sealing that round, but not really... He's going to have one bar, and again, the meter usage from Killick, I honestly think is significantly underwhelming comparing it to Astaroth. I think his ability to get meter and what to do with it is much more impressive. Maybe I'm underestimating Evil Killick. Somebody can prove me wrong in the future if they like.
Yeah, like Astaroth, I agree. Astaroth SC can like match in damage, and he doesn't have to deal with the damage over time that Killick has to deal with. But
Yeah, see, here it
speaking of
is.
damage,
Oh,
my
you can
God,
get a ring out from that? I didn't know that.
Get out of my bar!
I thought it was just gonna be death from damage. I didn't know that he had like a specifically like side angle. Maybe that's what he was trying to do the first time. Is that he was trying to sidestep it ever so slightly to where he could get, what is that, 4KA as like the second portion of the wall bounces? I don't know, but I've never seen that combo specifically. Interesting stuff.
Oh, once again, LeanXTriforcer, favorable ring position with damage to boot.
Oh, he tried to RI. That's why that happened. I was like, why did that RI work against that command grab?
Jeez. If more rounds continue to go this way, I wouldn't put it past Hibachi to want to change the ring. I wouldn't know.
It's difficult though. This is so neutral. What would you want?
Yeah, exactly. That was the next point. I was like, what could I want?
Just like an all walled stage, but it could get so much worse than this in any way that you want. I would say though, I agree with you that Triforcer is definitely using the stage to his advantage significantly more than Hibachi is. Oh, and that's it. You got to. You did 3B into 3B. I mean,
that's definitely a deja vu situation because Hibachi once again pushing the block disadvantage frames.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just kind of like nervousness to give LeanXTriforcer a turn, but you have to respect the counter hit potential that comes from Astaroth.
Right. I mean, it's just you can't let him do that. You can't be that ambitious. Don't you dare get hit by REB. Okay, I was gonna say. I guess it would have been impossible, but still. I wonder if Triforce is going to try to use Meteor. Oh, he angled himself specifically for that. Yes, here we go. This is what you're supposed to do. You got to get out of there. There's no reason to go up against him now that he has a life disadvantage. A lot of 3Bs on block. What is that, -8 or 10? Somebody tell me. What is Astaroth 3B on block? Does somebody know?
I
always thought it was -10, but maybe I'm wrong. I know Killa can't punish it either way, but still.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because of pushback, but either way, I can't punish
this
it.
guard
Here comes
damage.
the charge. And that guard gauge is blinking.
Oh, fantastic RE. He's not going to gain any meter here, but I believe whoever wins this wins the game. No?
No break!
Oh my god. It's so scary. He had the guard damage. It was so scary. I understand. All right. Triforcer has finally picked it back up. I was talking about how there has been a steady increase in Triforce's gameplay as the set has been going on. The first match heavily one-sided for Hibachi, and then the other two games that Hibachi won, they were pretty close, and there was some weird randomness involved. And then the 3 that Triforcer has won, he seemed to get it pretty steadily. So I think this is the exact opposite of a stage that Hibachi wanted to change to because of so many of the ring outs. But the ring outs, frankly speaking, it's not like what Zos used to be, where he had just like straight up mix-ups of how to reverse ring you out. Astaroth rings you out with 6K or 6B, right? So
He has the 3B. JJJ's going to grand finals.
So there are like tactics that kind of contain the the ring out potential of of Astaroth, but if you compare this with the last stage, I'm not sure if this is kind of like a morale boost for Hibachi. But either way, he's playing this really well, kind of keeping the center of the stage, taking advantage of the life lead. Here comes LeanXTriforcer. He gets a huge command grab.
He doesn't tech! Oh no! That is such huge information for Triforcer. Oh my god.
Huge information, huge damage.
Nice stuff, but doesn't get anything out of it?
That's just cherry. Oh.
By the way, Clem, thanks very much for the 8-month resubscription with the Prime, that is. Machine Gun Kill says that Astaroth 3B is -12 on block. I almost don't believe that, because that would mean that I'm so slow with my -10 punish that I'm stupid. But I'll take your word for it. Are you guys allowed to play locally because this isn't online? Ooh, it is a Parsec server, my friend. That's exactly what these are for. It's kind of an in-between between typical online stuff and offline gameplay. It's definitely not offline, but it's as close as we can get in these trying COVID times.
Oh, that huge hitbox. Oh, huge hitboxes from both characters.
He was sidestepping the whole time. Did that even say counter hit? Jeez.
Yeah, ironically, if he didn't, do an attack to extend his hitbox, he might have cleanly be able to step that rising B, but it already happened, and we just gotta roll with the punches. Meanwhile,
nice catch.
We have command grab from LeanXTriforcer into Oki into another one. Good break. Are we out of this mix-up yet? I think we are.
I wonder if he's gonna try and use. Oh, I was gonna say, Triforcer keeps beating me to the punch because I keep saying like, I wonder if he's gonna try to use meter, and then he uses it before I can get that sentence out. But now he's kind of getting turned off. It's not working out.
Oh, okay. I agree with the soul charge. You don't want to guess. Beautiful. Hibachi in control, but can he maintain it?
Oh, nice tech crouch. I like that. That was a good choice. So maybe the stage choice is working out well for him. I want to mention to my new friend in the chat, technically speaking, you do not have to pay for Parsec. You could set up a Parsec server on your own, in which case you would effectively be playing offline, but the person who's connecting to you is still effectively playing online. So it's not actually all that fair. We have to pay for this kind of server because it's a local, it is a server that we pay for that's located in Virginia, I believe. Say Medeus would have the specific location potentially. And so both players are connecting to said server. The reason why this is better than traditional online is because of the consistency of it. If it's gonna feel kind of bad, it's going to feel kind of bad the whole time. If it feels good for you, it's going to feel good the whole time. Your connection to the opponent doesn't matter. The connection to the server itself is what matters. But you can see the donation goal on the bottom left. If we can make it to 12, if I can get to $12 per one of these streams, then that will effectively pay for the operating costs of all this stuff. JSabs with the Twitch Prime again, very much appreciate. But if we get to $12, then that I will effectively be giving to Ian Sabandeus for the server costs. The same thing that you can see from NLBC.
Yeah, so you like what you see, give us some love, donate.
Yeah, this was not a plant. I didn't put this person up to to asking these kinds of questions, but if he's gonna ask, I'm gonna talk about it, you know?
Oh, no, that's beautiful.
Ooh, leaning himself slightly over to the wall. I'm curious I wonder why he decided to go away from the ring out stage, because Triforcer was having a lot of success on the previous stage through ring outs. But then when we go to an all ring out stage, he doesn't want it anymore? Flip-flopping there, Triforcer. Man, he's having a tough time right now. Hibachi figured something out. I can't really tell what it was. Ooh, boy. Triforcer needs to figure something out. I kind of wish he was getting something out of these whiffs. He could potentially start trying to like back up and do some BA Shades of Rakudo kind of stuff. Can't really tell which way he wants to go with it yet.
Yeah, one aspect could be that Hibachi is continuing to do pushes on his frame disadvantage, but he's kind of like mixing up his options, right? So he's not going for 3B on the rings edge anymore. You know, he's doing stuff like a safe on block move into rising B, or safe on block into a fast AA, maybe like catch steps. So it could be that like the next Triforcer could just like, you know, take his turn with a 6B, like try to get some kind of counter hit setup going on, or maybe just answer the turn steal attempts with some movement.
Yeah, some movement, which can be easier said than done with somebody as wide as Astaroth is. A 3K is definitely my favorite thing to use as Astaroth to try and interrupt stuff. It has a fantastic like on hit kind of situation. Was that empty forward hop supposed to be what it was? Because that was a read and a half, if that's true. Oh, he's trying to roll and it just didn't pan out. Hibachi definitely has overall calmed it down. He's playing a little bit tighter. Maybe he realized that a few of the rounds that he was losing in those past games were kind of just based off of his own over-aggression. Oh, boy.
Ooh, now we're just chilling.
Yeah, that's spacing game, but it's important to note Astaroth can play this game just as well. I mean, he's got BA. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, he has such long reach.
Even at that oh no, he gets like no damage out of that break. That's huge. For somebody who needs to make a comeback, yeesh mageesh. Alright, Hibachi gets another game. That puts it at 5-3. Hibachi halfway there.
I think as LeanXTriforcer, perhaps he can be like a little more aggressive with that soul charge usage, because I think Astaroth's soul charge is insane right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, you gotta. You know, there's theories of like meter usage, but like I just value Astaroth's soul charge like so highly in this patch right now.
I just want to mention, Beardly here, thank you very much for satisfying my Parsec exhibition donation goal with the $12 donation. That for sure is going to handle the amount of money that it takes to run the server for this, and so I don't have to worry about operating at a loss. Thanks very much, Beardly here.
Yeah, that spacing game for Hibachi, just like poking him down, he's going to take advantage of his life lead.
We see how it was the situation that we saw before, where like Triforcer would put himself in a situation where he could potentially get a reverse wall combo, and it had been working on the second to last stage, but Hibachi didn't bite this time, so it was just 6k on block, Hibachi then backed up, and Triforcer didn't have the comeback material anymore. So it's like, you're gonna have to come up with something else. Like, there has to be a Yomi level 2 to this, otherwise it's just the same Yomi level 1 over and over again. Nice hit. Oh boy. Where are those crouch grabs? Remember those crouch grabs from before? That would totally take that out. I know that's a bit, like, I don't mean to pick apart Triforcer's decision-making every single time, because obviously it's a 50-50 either way, but I honestly feel like crouch grabs could do a little bit of work. Maybe some extra GIs, alright, he gets it.
Okay, that's that counter hit I want to see from the Triforcer.
Why did it? What happened? I thought that looked like it was supposed to work. I don't know, some Astral thingy. Ooh, gets that reversal edge. That's the #1 best way to deal with somebody who's doing let's go just kind of like from neutral. You're going to have to time it a little bit better. He's got 2 bars to boot. I don't know. This is, ever since those 3 games that Triforcer won, Hibachi has just been on fire. These are the most lopsided games that we've had so far in this set. 6-3. Still time. Still have some time to go. It's just going to be a matter of we need to pick it up in terms of, like, there is some situations where I feel like he's not getting as much damage as he could. I don't mean just from combo drops. I mean in terms of, like, whip punishment that's not exactly there. And I feel like he could be a little bit more active. He's just not being able to figure out Hibachi's timing. He's doing very staggery, quote-unquote, fast sort of stuff. But a lot of these situations, a lot of the stuff he's doing are highs. So you could sneak in a bull rush there, or a full crouch 3K. You don't know if he can punish that.
And caught Hibachi not mashing, so he just ran right into a throw, into another throw, so could Hibachi be making adjustments he doesn't need to make, or is Venus Triforce trying to make more confident reads? But either way, Hibachi is able to make that round, but some slight changes in gameplay from both players.
Very aggressive sidestep there.
That's the coach move of the game.
Alright, ends up going for the reset for, that's the least amount of damage he can get in that situation so he can get better stage positioning. Okay, Hibachi. Hibachi, that's on you, dude. Once again, come on, don't let this happen again. Don't let yourself lose this as opposed to Triforcer winning it, okay?
Oh, man. Sometimes when you feel it in your gut, you gotta go with it.
You really don't, though. you don't have to do that.
You're right.
This is why I have no confidence in any tournament match I ever enter in. Ooh, catching him out of that 3K, man. That swing back on the wall rising B.
Oh my goodness.
As good as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Come on, please spend meter Triforcer. No. So, something I'm noticing a lot is that in certain situations when Hibachi blocks something that's not necessarily punishable but isn't all that great on block, we see Triforcer just constantly trying to sidestep. And that's where Hibachi's getting a ton of his damage, especially on stuff like, Poseidon Tide, outside of... Ooh, Shades of Amy! Getting that GI from back turn on a string. Triforcer, you gotta spend meter, my man. Okay, he's gonna get the slam. What do you get out of this? I appreciate staying on the ground, that makes sense. He doesn't have to worry about guard damage. A little bit too much. Hibachi. Biggest win streak we've had so far in the set with 4. 7-3 at this point. Triforcer had some stuff going on for a little while. Hibachi was getting a little bit too overzealous, but now that he's toned it down a little bit and is taking much safer reads... Ooh, we get the Astral Clock Tower. Did you know I can't have this stage on my own setup?
Why is that?
It's too loud. I don't get it. The sound effects of the stage itself, like the gears turning and whirling, are like obnoxiously loud. I don't know what to do about it. Does anybody know what to do about that? Can somebody call the guy who created this mod? Because I think it looks great, but I can't have it on any stages because the sound is too much. It makes me sad because I don't really like the Astral Chaos stage, and I wish I could use this thing. Ooh, nice with the tech. No! Oh, God. He tried to take a bet.
Yeah.
I appreciate that Triforcer is, like, challenging that string, because he is getting the ducks for the high that's involved in there, but the problem is that when he does duck it, he doesn't get anything out of it. He's not doing like a full crouch 3K or whatever. So like, I don't know, it doesn't I can't tell.
Now, Hibachi continues to do what LeanXTriforcer kind of stopped doing, which is just essentially just like properly taking your turn, right? But like Hibachi's doing is he's blocking something and then doing something, right?
Yeah.
And then when LeanXTriforcer blocks something, he continues to block. And of course, Astaroth doesn't have like the fastest moves to respond, but he does have good defensive options. He has good RE, good GI, armor. He's got a lot of stuff for reads. But there's some kind of fear I'm sensing LeanXTriforcer right now.
Yeah.
I'm making, hesitancy. To make him do that, like but Astaroth is that kind of character where eventually you kind of have to make those defensive risks. Or just properly take your turn, because again, Hibachi does have a tendency to push on disadvantage. So if you catch your opponent doing that, then you can land like a Astaroth 6B or any kind of counter hit move that Astaroth has, and he's got plenty of them.
You have to get up.
That's my favorite. Even 4A is fast. It'll kind of do that pull in on counter hit.
Wow, shades of Street Fighter there. But yes, I totally agree. I feel like if what we want to do is have Triforcer classically just take out his turn, what he needs to do is plug it with moves like 4A, and in my personal opinion, because 4A is a high, it's faster, but because 4A is a high, you could potentially get hit by like 2As and stuff like that. I think that 3K is the way you want to go there to try and stuff. Either 3K or Bulba to try and keep people from doing like some of the step ducky kind of stuff. But I feel like Triforcer would actually get a better result by treating this game sort of like hot potato, because we're not exactly seeing Hibachi with gigantic mix-ups here. The mix-ups are like string kind of stuff, which isn't exactly the best. And then you can go for stuff like 3K. See, he's going for like 6K to get the reverse wall into 6B to get the reverse wall combo. It's too easy to spot. And he specifically put himself up against the wall again so he could get the reverse. It's not enough. It's not enough of a mix-up.
But much credit to Hibachi, because as soon as I saw LeanXTriforcer try to contest on defensive, he keeps getting caught by Hibachi's turn steal attempt, where it's like a rising B.
No!
Oh my god, this could be
Oh, Triforcer botched it. I don't think he expected to get the crumple on that hit, and he could have just did a 2A. It would have ended the round. Ugh, yeesha mageesh.
Unfortunate scenario from the LeanXTriforcer, but showing signs of life, but that rising B is such a devastating tool.
He hit him out of 6B again. Like, I wish that he would just go for smaller stuff. You don't have to win off of reverse wall combos only. And see, now he's trying to do 4B on block into sidestep. Just treat it like hop. Well, you gotta do that. You can't let that happen. You gotta do a soul charge activation or something, because oh boy.
Just, shouts to Hibachi, just like such oppressive rush down,
calculated.
And so
I appreciate the stagger. Yeah,
the stagger. So to throw off like any GI attempts that maybe LeanXTriforcer is considering. I did offer the suggestions for defensive like counterplay, but easier said than done, because like Hibachi is really just kind of mixing up his move options when he's like going for turn steal, or when he's taking his turn, or I want to do rising B right now. Like he's just really good, just like mixing it up. So.
Oof. Yeah, that soul attack on block I don't actually think is really all that great, so I'm not necessarily convinced that you can sidestep in that situation. That puts Hibachi at 9. He is at game point. And he's going to have 7 game points. Assuming this actually goes the full distance. Triforcer needs to figure something out. He's deciding to go with a different stage.
Alright, so...
Similar stage to what we had at the beginning, except instead of the large walls, we got small walls instead.
At least just for this game, I kind of want to see more of a guard impact game from the LeanXTriforcer. Maybe go from there.
Take a bigger bet. Yeah, I can appreciate
Yeah.
Honestly, though, if you want to start doing crouch grabs instead of poking with GIs, poking with grabs and getting them scared of that kind of stuff, I'm in on it. It's riskier, but it is Astaroth, so you signed up for it. Nah, I kind of wish there was a grab attempt in that situation, because the 6K isn't going to do anything, right?
Because I don't know, I'm not sensing that like Hibachi is scared of any particular Astaroth options. So like, as an Astaroth player, I want my opponent to like be afraid of like something, but
Oh, the damage, yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
so with the
that's
the-
why I
the
also
option
think that it's such a good idea to start using meter so much, because when your opponent is breaking all of your grabs, that's the scary thing, right? No, it's not it. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, I almost lied, but I think I caught myself before my sentence was finished, so...
But with that said, like, I suppose the LeanXTriforcer is kind of like, I guess, you said it, like, hesitant about go for the grabs because, you know, the Hibachi Rising B is, like, kind of scary. But there it is again. So, if maybe he can find some way to take away that Rising B, that could make his command throw attempts more powerful.
Yeah,
but
crouch grab, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Clean is... I'm starting to be a big fan of Clean Time.
Yeah, I mean, it did recently get buffed with the additional break attack at the end. It's also important to know that Hibachi is on set point.
Yeah, he just needs that round, so...
Oh, nice sidestep. That's gonna get... We all thought it was a ring out, including Triforcer.
He didn't even try to go for a follow-up, but he's got the lethal hit on deck for 6k. I'm not sure he's going to spend it right now, but this is Evil Killer, so it could be scary, but gets that counter hit from the 4A, I think it is, or 6A, or whatever, but either way, he got that round, showing signs of life. Just needs 2 more rounds, so Hibachi just doesn't take the whole first of 10 right now. Rising Beam. I like it. He blocked something, and he went for a counter hit fish thing. I want to see more of that. It's still a bet, you know, it's not going to be, you know, foolproof, but perhaps a willingness to just properly take your turn and go for this counter hits could be a big way of bringing this first to 10, but that is going to be Hibachi 10-3.
Alright, Hibachi taking it out on Triforcer. Triforcer had a handful of matches where it was going well, where he was able to try to take advantage of Hibachi's willingness to take bets at the wall or at the ring edge for wall combos and reverse ring outs. But the fact of the matter is, once that was solved, there wasn't really a whole lot else that Triforce was able to bring to the table. So it ended up not being as strong as, you know, we were hoping for. But there you go. We've got our first match down. Thanks very much for Triforce and Hibachi for showing up.